I take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start melting away. I take a look at my enormous penis, and the happy times are coming to stay. I gotta sing and I dance when I glance in my pants.
Google, did you just curse?
Like a sunshiny day. I take a look at my enormous penis, and everything is going my way.
My big old monkey chunky nuts.
My big old fat monkey nuts, daddy.
Fun job, bro.
You have located a bomb.
Lemieux? M4 doesn't play with us anymore.
I know. It's gonna cringe.
Very. I'm actually about to fucking ace.
Must recover the diffuser. Friendly, last operator standing.
What song are you singing?
Oh, I should have turned on that and fucking cock pissed that ball. Hit the fucking ball, dude. Just
The diffuser has been secured.
I fucking aced, let's go.
Four eliminated.
You want to make sure you do is to season it well and make sure you add enough of it. Once that's done, you want to go ahead and add your marinade, which this one is 100% Korean style. And to make it, it's pretty straightforward. Remember, exact amount of ingredients always on the description down below for you. I started with gochujang paste, followed by soy sauce, mirin, honey, Korean chili flakes, sesame oil. Let's not forget about garlic and onions, black pepper, and to finish it off, a little bit of strawberry jam. Now all there's left to do is to mix it well on your food processor, and your marinade is done. That is as easy as it gets. Now going back to our pork chop, you want to make sure that you coat every single edge of this thing with the marinade. But at the same time, you want to reserve it because we're going to be using this marinade for our base. You can always use a plastic bag for this, but I am just doing it directly on the plate. You want to let it marinate on your refrigerator for at least 2 hours, or better yet, overnight. Once the time was up, I quickly removed it out of the refrigerator, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it seems like the marinade did its job. Now the only thing left to do is to cook it up. And for that, I'm going to be using my cast iron griddle. The one important thing you got to keep in mind is to keep it under medium-low heat, because we want that crust to be developed. So I first started by adding a little bit of canola oil. Since it's a neutral oil, we will not add any weird flavors. Then it was time to throw in pork chop. Before flipping it, you want to give it at least
That
1
monkey.
minute. And once that minute was up, it was time to flip. As you can
Clutch
see, as
or
you do it
dogs,
for the very
bro.
first time, you're not gonna have that color yet.
I swear, if they don't
Caramelization
win this
needs
shit,
time to be developed.
go fucking
And since this
plant
is a big
diffusers.
cutting edge, one of the most delicious things about this is actually the edges, so make sure that
fucking
you
go.
render that back. It's so good. The marinade is a little bit spicy, a little bit savory, and at the same time it has a wonderful flavor that really brings up the Korean style cooking, man. Now give it a try with the rice just because I made the rice, but you do not need the rice. I'm telling you right now. Just make this amazing pork. Lord have mercy. This was incredible. Definitely give it a try. Now for my second one, we're going to go all the way to Germany. And for that, I'm going to be using the same exact cut. And I mean, when you take a look at it, it is a beauty. Pork really brings flavor to everyday moments. And if you want to learn more about pork, please visit www.pork.org/realpork. But now going back to our Germany preparation, I'm going to be making something that is called schnitzel. And the first thing I need to do is to split them in half. For that, I just got a real sharp knife and went to town. The next thing to do is to remove the bones. Now, if you think I'm going to be throwing this away, you are absolutely out of your mind. If you love beans, throw this into your beans, and let me tell you something, you produce an incredible flavor. Never let anything go to waste. As you can see, once I was done, I was left with 2 beautiful boneless pork chops. Now to make schnitzel, the first thing we're going to do is to pound this out really thin. Right now, as you can see, it is about 1 inch thick. So if you have a little bit of clinch plastic, just put it right on top, cover it, and start going to town. Now here's the bones. They are now 1/2 inch thick. The next thing to do is to go ahead and start the seasoning. And for that, I only added a little bit of salt and freshly ground black pepper. As always, you want to make sure you season both sides, including the edges. Then I like to let it sit on my refrigerator for at least 1 hour. As that was happening, I started preparing my marinade station. I first started with 2 eggs and a little bit of lemon. Mix them out and make sure they are
Oh no, I hit it a fucking
then I
air
started by
jab.
dipping them first on all-purpose flour, followed by the egg wash we just made, and finished it off with seasoned breadcrumbs. As you can see, by the time I was done, I made sure that every single edge was fully covered with the breadcrumbs. I think that is one of the secrets of a good schnitzel. Now the next thing to do is to shallow fry it. And for that, I'm also using canola oil. And I highly recommend using a cast iron for this. That is because it will keep its heat nice and even. I heated my oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I lay down my schnitzel away from me. Now here's why the magic happens. You really don't want to touch it for at least 1.5 minutes. You want to give it enough time so that the breadcrumbs do not fall off. And as soon as you see the edges starts caramelizing, it's time to flip. That right there is it.
Sorry, Guga.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
I really just 3-0'd them. Let's see here, Alpha Pack or Docs? I'm doxing the fucking Rainbow headquarters. Large penis man.